Hi everyone, this is Leslie from JustLesCreations. I'm glad you're back. We are doing a series right now called Back to School. These are cake pops that you can do for your kids in your elementary school classes to send in for treats, or family and friends that wanted to have back to school parties, or just for any use that you want to have to put it on your lineup. So today we're going to work on making crayons. So today we're going to make a crayon that looks like the color red. So you can do this with any color, whatever color of modeling chocolate that you have, that you can coordinate with the color of your melted chocolate. So today we're going to do a red crayon, and we're going to put a red modeling chocolate piece of paper around it, and then we'll put the black stripes that go in your crayon to make it decorative. So let's get started. So, and I'm actually going to do 4 of these, I think, because I'm going to do a red one, but I think I'm also going to dip the other colors as well, just so you can see later on. I won't demonstrate all of them. They will be all the exact same thing, but I want to make sure that when you see the picture, you'll see the different variety of colors. Any color, as long as you can match your modeling chocolate with the melted chocolate, you can make this particular design. So let's just go ahead and get them. I think I will do the primary colors. Maybe one other one. I don't know, we'll see. Make sure I got a full. All right. All right, let's put this aside for the next ones. Okay, so we're going to make an elongated cake pop dough, but the first thing we need to do is make sure there are no bubbles inside our cake pop dough. So I'm just squeezing, make sure the air pockets are out, and then I'm going to go backwards. All right, so I have a nice circle. At this point, I'm just going to make that elongated tube to resemble a crayon. And then I want to make a flat edge on the top and on the bottom. I'm just spinning it in a circle while pushing down on it. And then I just want to make sure it's all evenly rolled out. Okay, there's one. Let's go ahead and do the other ones. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and dip our first one. We're going to take our sticks that are already currently dipped in white. We're just going to dip a portion, about 1/4 inch in the bottom. We're going to stick it in and turn it clockwise until I can feel it catching. And then turn it back 1/4 turn. Like so. We'll wipe off the bottom, and then we're going to let that set up. It would help if I had a tray. All right. Just make sure it's nice and squared on our stick. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do that with the rest of them. You know I'm using red because I have red here, but you can do it with the coordinating colors when you're ready. Okay, so while we let these set up and let that chocolate firm up on the inside, we're going to take some red modeling chocolate, and we're going to roll it out so that we can make like the paper around the outside of our crayons. Let me just grab a little bit. All right, so I'm going to use my roller. Again, I have this clear roller that I have used for my quilting stuff. I love it because it's clear. It's got, I can see through it, and it's got all these little tick marks on it. I use it to actually create nice straight lines in my chocolate. So let's move stuff out of the way. First thing I want to do is create a bottom straight line, like so. Let's move that out of the way. All right, and now I need to decide how long I want this paper. So I'm going to leave a little bit of crayon out of the bottom that will stick out of the bottom. So like this little 1/8 of an inch here, I'm going to just leave the modeling chocolate. And then I want this nice 2 inches to be paper that I can wrap around here. So I'm going to do a 2 inch. I can set this 1 inch, 2 inch up on this bottom where I cut this line, like so, and I can cut it across the top, and there's my 2 inches. It's beautiful. I love this. Now I want to make sure that I have a flat edge. So again, I'm just going to line it up. I'm just going to go across the top. Oops. It's okay. It's modeling chocolate. So there's 2 inches. I'm just going to cut a little bit off there because I don't need it. So it's ready to go, and just wrap that around our crayon when it's time. And then at the very top, we want to make the tippy top of our crayon. So I'm just going to take a little ball, like so, and I'm going to roll it into a tip, a crayon tip. Cut it off nice and flat. And we'll put this on the very tippy top of our crayon when it sets. Like so. So we'll just put that off to the side. And let's go ahead and dip our pops. All right, so now we're ready to dip our crayons. So we've got, it's quite elongated, and the stick only comes about 3/4 of an inch in here. So because I don't want it to break, I'm going to actually pour the chocolate starting at the stick portion where it goes in to the cake pop dough. I'm just going to pour it and then dip that top, make sure the top is there. I'm going to gently just kind of shake it, try to get that excess off. I don't want the crayon to pop off the stick at all. So we're just going to gently wiggle it, keeping an eye on that stick to make sure we don't see movement coming out of the cake pop dough. We don't want to lose it. We don't want to break it. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get some of those, flatten it off a little bit, some of those air bubbles a little bit. Now we're just going to let it set up here. So we have a portion of it already done, and so we're going to let that firm up. And once it firms up, then we'll go ahead and wrap that modeling chocolate around it and put the tip on it. All right, so we're back with our crayon. We've got it pretty much firmed up, at least enough that we can work with it. So the first thing we're going to do is wrap our modeling chocolate paper around our crayon. So let's do that first. So we're going to add just a little bit of water to the back of it, just as a glue along the edge so that we can get it to stick to itself. And we're just going to do just a little bit. That should be about enough. Okay. And right here, we're going to lay it down so that we have about 1/8 of an inch on both top and bottom. Like so. And I didn't go quite far enough with my water, so I'll just add a little bit more here. Just until it touches itself. Now when it touches itself, I'm going to roll it over so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna impress just a little bit here. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but if I push down on it just enough, you'll see the ridge where the other one is at. And I'm going to cut right across the top of that ridge. And I'm going to pull that off. And right there you can see I need to cut this one back just a little bit farther so that it can actually go down in beside it, and then I can put it together. Although I got too much water on it. Oh well, let's work with it. So what I'm going to do is create that flat edge on the top. Then I'm going to use my knife and smooth it down. I'm going to smooth away the edge and you won't even know it's there. And just like that, where there were 2 seams, it is now gone. And that's one of the benefits of working with chocolate. Just like that. You would never know. Okay? So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of water on my top. This is the top part of our crayon. And we're going to push it down on there. And I'm going to push it on so that it actually smooths into the top part of the cake pop. Like so. Let's make sure it's all stuck. And now we're going to take some black and we're going to put our stripes on there and a spot where we can write crayon on it. So let's do that real quick. I have some black modeling chocolate right here. Okay, that makes sure it's all nice and uniform. We'll grab the roller again. Shift this out of the way. Do a nice straight line on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to do, let's just do little 1/8-inch lines. There's one. Let's do one more. One for the top, one for the bottom. Okay, and there's one more thing that we need. Pull out my little cutters. Right in the middle, I want to do a little circle where we can write the color on it. So let's just use this. We'll do it in black, and then we'll hand write it with a white so it sticks out. All right, let's go ahead and put these lines on real quick. I'm going to cut a straight edge on that side. Again, I'm going to take my paintbrush, just add a little bit of water as my glue, and on the edge so it'll stick to itself. We're going to lay our crayon on its side. I'm just going to let gravity do its thing. And until it hits itself, and you can see where it's at. I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to smooth out that line. Flatten that edge again. Okay, let's do it with the other one. I want to make sure that black going around is nice and straight. And then this little guy, put a little bit of water on the back end. It's pretty tacky, so I really don't need a whole lot. Whoops. I'm just going to put him right here. And there you go. All right, so to finish off, we're going to go ahead and write the word red on this little black sphere there. So I got white poppy paint. I only want a little bit. That should be enough. So I got my paintbrush and my white poppy paint. I'm going to lay it down so it doesn't roll on me, and I'm just going to go red. And there we go. That's all you need to do for your crayon. So here's a red one. You can do all colors as long as you have a matching candy wafer that you can melt down for the base color. And then your modeling chocolate to match, like this is red on red. So you can do green with green and blue with blue, you know, whatever color you want, and make a whole crayon box full of different colors and different varieties for your back to school projects. For your kids or the kids' classmates or whatever you want to do. But here we go. Here is a red crayon. So I know you guys can do it. Try it. Look outside the box. Stretch your abilities and be blessed in your creativity. So until the next session, be creative. Today, won't you click the link to reserve your spot on my consultation schedule? Don't stress any longer. Let me help you get the breakthrough that you're looking for today.